Hello, how are you? Today I brought a wonderful recipe for your afternoon snack, breakfast, or whenever you want to make a snack, sometimes on the weekend instead of having dinner. You're going to love this treat. It has no wheat, no gluten, no eggs, no dairy. It's a cheap, vegan, and very healthy recipe and very easy to make. Stay until the end, you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, where are you from? And when hunger strikes on the weekend, Friday, Saturday night, if you don't want to eat out, do you order food or do you already have some healthier food, some healthy snack at home already planned out? Write to me down here in the comments. Remember to like the video. It really helps me out here on the channel and on YouTube. And to see the exact ingredients with the quantities, take a look at the description. I always leave them there. The first thing I have here is my water. I'm going to turn it on here so it gets hot. It was already boiling here before I started to make things go faster. To this water, I'm going to add olive oil so we can use it as the fat in our preparation. And I'm also going to add the salt here already. Why? To make it easier. So when we add the flour, it's easier to incorporate everything. The flour I'm going to use for this recipe is oat flour or ground oats, but you can also use chickpea flour, which works well too. If you'd like me to come here and make this recipe with chickpea flour, let me know in the comments. And now I'm going to add one thing to the other here so we can mix it all together well. I'm adding my oat flour little by little so it dissolves and doesn't form big lumps. If you love healthy and practical recipes, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, I post new videos every day. You're definitely going to love it. If it gets a bit lumpy here, that's okay. We just keep stirring until some of the water starts to evaporate. This will form a dough. You'll soon see how this works. Now I'm going to switch to my spatula so I can keep stirring until it reaches the consistency I want. But look, you can already see it's almost turning into a dough, right? Let me just switch to the spatula to make it easier to stir and mix everything together. Look, so it's going to look like this, our dough. See? When it comes away completely from the skillet, you transfer it to a container like this one here because we're going to add other ingredients to it, but I want it to be a little cooler first. Look, I even spread it up the sides a bit so it would cool down faster. I'm going to add a bit of garlic here. I just grated a clove of garlic here now. I'm going to add some baking powder and a bit of green onion. You can use parsley, chives, whatever you like. And I'm going to add a bit of grated cheese. This is optional. I know I said the recipe was vegan because this dough is vegan and these fillings here are all optional. However, if you genuinely do not wish to include them, you are absolutely not obligated to do so. I'm going to switch to a sturdier spoon, a metal spoon actually, to mix all this dough together. And like I said, if you don't like cheese, you don't need to add it. If you don't like garlic, don't put it in. If you want to make just the plain dough, that works too, okay? Without these extra seasonings and fillings. And now we just need to mix all of this together and finish it in the frying pan. I'll show you after a few minutes, which is about the time it took me to get everything ready here, the consistency that the dough should have. I take little balls of dough here. Then I flatten it out like this. Look, about the size of a small pancake and put it here in my frying pan. I've already got another little ball here. I keep making them 3 at a time until I'm done. Of course, if you want to roll it out with parchment paper and make a big one, you can do that too. Let me know which one you prefer. Personally, I like them like this, more as a snack for you to eat with a dip or whip up some mayonnaise. Remember that I have a playlist of those here on the channel, and I'll leave it down below in the description. I'll make them all, and when they're ready, I'll come back so we can try them. I took the first 6 here, I'm making 6 more, so it makes 12 in total. And look how wonderful. What an elastic dough. I'm going to put a bit of ricotta here, but for example, if you add some tuna spread or chicken spread, it already becomes a meal, kind of like a snack. Tell me what you're going to put on this delicious treat. I'd love to see your comment. If you like the idea, go ahead and give the video a like. That really helps me out. And share it with someone you know will like it, with someone who needs it. Let's spread this chain of kindness, you and me. I can't wait to try it. So simple, right? Such a great idea. Perfect consistency. It turned out so tasty, especially with the cheese. Do it and then come back here and tell me because I'm sure you're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.